Okay, Mr. Nino, sir. So I am Wit from Wit TV, and what I'm doing here is I'm going around and interviewing all the mayor candidates because a lot of people don't get to be around and talk to you and get to see everyone's point of view and what they're going to do for the city. So what I'm doing is I'm making a little film showing, interviewing all of the candidates and going to release a tape out to the public for everyone to see everyone's point of view and what you're pushing for and what you plan to do as mayor. So the past
That sounds perfect.
the past couple days, I've been going around interviewing all of the people of the city, gathering a bunch of feedback, concerns, questions that everyone wants addressed and answered. And I've compiled the most asked questions into a list here. I have 5 questions of the most asked questions that the citizens want to have answered.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, look, my team has spent countless weeks working on a very solid platform, and that goes on top of some of the legislation we helped pass, including gun reform. FOIA's being released, a program to get more lawyers into positions to be able to defend their clients. I've been working very closely with G6 and the sanitation divisions to try to increase their efforts. Um, and most of my platform is taking everything that we've been learning and trying to advance on that. Uh, you can find most of that stuff on votenino.com, right? We're not just fucking headlines. We got an actual plan in place, not empty words. We got promises.
Here we go. That's okay. So this might be good because that's actually one of the questions later on. I can skip down to here and we can go to the it's actually a lot about small businesses and the way to address. I've been talking with people trying to get the price that each job pays and see how people feel about the pay that they're getting and seeing what jobs need to be balanced out because there's a lot of things like I know people are saying G6 makes a lot of money where other jobs don't really compensate as much. Like when we were just in there, Senior Buns was one of them where Senior Buns employ. Hold on, actually, let me find my little thing here. Okay.
I can actually, if you want, I can fully address that particular point. Um, the reality of the matter is the past administration did not give a shit about who is getting paid what. It was more a matter of someone would ask for something, and they would raise the pay in order to get a benefit back. Instead of going down this route of like this place gets paid this much, da, 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 we actually have a economist who's going to be pulling state records, is going to be turning that into a visual infogram, and also is going to get a breakdown of how much people are getting paid per capita. So what does that mean in like English? What that means is G6 has a certain amount of costs for repairs. Shops have certain amount of costs in order to get ingredients. All those things are going to get factored in, and then we're going to, based on like difficulty of the job, how boring or how fun it is, we're going to be adjusting payments. So no longer are we going to have a system where like someone can come through and be like, G6 is getting paid too much, G6 is getting paid a little, Toe's getting paid a lot, Toe's getting paid a little. Instead, we're going to have like actual facts that are going to that's going to help determine how payments get made. To give you an idea, fucking cops are getting paid $3,500 to $4,500 an hour, right? Uh, while the hospital is getting paid $1,000 an hour. Nothing makes any fucking sense. If you come to the mayor's office, we should be able to explain exactly why a particular job is getting paid what it is, and not because someone fought it in a certain direction.
Wait, how much are the hospital making? You said how much an hour?
$1,000.
The hospital makes 1,000 an hour.
It was even worse than that before.
Oh, see, I was gonna say there was something where. Well, that's actually one of the later questions. We'll wait to get to that one there with the hospital
Mm-hmm.
crew I interviewed. While we're still here at the businesses, while interviewing citizens, there's also along with the budget thing that actually answered a lot of people's questions and concerns. If you plan to address that, because yeah, a lot of them, I guess a lot of people are saying they're really boring work, and there's a lot, especially with like while we're addressing the problems with the jobs, one of them was the mechanics. A lot of people with the mechanics were saying there's certain things where when you're working in the mechanic and you can't do certain work because you have no components, you have no parts that they need. But if they go to do the job themselves over, like, I guess, sanitary, they lose their rep and their status there, and they have to start
Yep.
all the way back over at the mechanic grinding.
That's a great question. And that's why real solutions are not like some candidate saying they're going to do this and that. You got to look at the entire system holistically. There's currently a material shortage. Computer systems are breaking down. Those got to get replaced. Those need materials. More people have vehicles, which means that there's a need for more parts, which means a need for more material, which is why how do you fix it? How do you resolve it? You have to make sanitation more attractive. Whether that means making it so we go and talk to the boss and make it so maybe more people can work over there, give them more jobs, have more materials sitting in more trash bags, um, so that the massive shortage of materials get resolved, and then that in turn helps the mechanics. In turn helps people trying to get pots put together, et cetera, et cetera.
I have been talking with the sanitation crew, and their biggest concern too, why the components are so short in the city, is because a lot of them don't go to the mechanics who need them to repair and fix and upgrade cars. A lot of them either get stolen when they're out working, or they're used for criminal activity, and they never actually make it to the city like mechanics that need some components, and that's why there's a big shortage of components as well. Is there any way to address this problem?
Yes, absolutely. I was having a conversation with one of the owners of a mechanic shop, and one thing that I'm really pushing heavily for is, uh, and with no disrespect, but even some of these questions are very aligned with a very, how do I put this? The city should be more than just people going around and saying, "How much money do I make? How do I get this? How do I get that?"
Oh yeah, well,
Um,
we have a lot more
and and
questions. These
and
are just the business portions ones I ask people about.
Absolutely. But even when it comes to business, right? We need to allow like imagination to flourish. And let me give you an example of this. The solution to mechanic shops is not strictly on can we get more parts so people can fix more cars and whatever. Is making sure that these guys can get on duty anytime they want because cars got to get fixed 24/7, right? The second is I think there's a lot of high performance vehicles out there. I'd like to see mechanic shops to be able to tune those after they've I don't know been in a drag race or two, and so people can start coming down to the mechanic shops to get some, you know, uh, maybe get their wheels aligned, get their um, you know light tuning or whatever. So giving these mechanics more to do is in and of itself a good solution.
Okay, yeah, I think that would actually, I think that's a pretty good solution to help. Moving away from businesses, another one, well, I guess away from money talk, but it's still within the realm of businesses. A lot of people are also pushing about the ways of small businesses type in the city, where I guess the last mayor didn't really do much to help with the small businesses that were promised. And that's the biggest concern a lot of people have now. Is there any strategies to plan to promote new businesses to help other people who want to start up their own little business?
Yes. The problem with the previous administration is it was pretty much a singular guy who would review everyone's proposal. And in turn, a lot of proposals have been just sitting there, just doing absolutely nothing. Uh, I'm enacting the Department of Commerce run by Eve Summers. I want to get Ash Ketchup in there. I want to get a bunch of folks whose sole focus is going to be around reviewing proposals and giving responses, so that regardless of what the proposal is, they get a response within 72 hours. And if it's not something that's feasible, they should at least get some sort of guidance as to what they can do to make their business succeed.
That's actually an
The,
amazing way to respond for that one. That's probably the best response we've gotten for this question so far.
I mean and that's kind of like the heart of the campaign, right? You've that fucking old fuck over there has been going around. He yoinked all an entire campaign, all the titles, slapped it onto the government website, and is promising everyone that he's gonna get on his knees and suck their dick. But when they sit back and they find out that nothing's been done, you know, no one should be surprised. The fact of the matter is, there's a lot of hard work that is ahead of the city and on the shoulders of the mayor. And unless they have a real plan, unless they have been spending time understanding how to solve something, promises don't mean shit. You need a plan. And like you said, this might be a well thought up idea, but we've got a lot of those. We spent a lot of time thinking and a lot of time developing.
What about outside of the businesses? I guess this is now going into my realm. I'm just wondering about in entertainment. Do you have any plans to in your policies that will do anything for the entertainment in the city outside of just working and people? Once people, I know it's when I was talking to people, a lot of things outside of work, people have nothing to do, and they're wondering if there's anything plans for any kind of entertainment around the city. I'm wondering if you, as mayor, will have anything pushing for any ideas for entertainment
You
factors.
and I both.
Yes, absolutely. So music is pretty dead in Los Santos. Now, that's not to say that people aren't making good music. It's just that the interest isn't there. You can have a concert with among your friends, and that can be, you know, some level of enjoyment. But I want music and entertainment to actually mean something. And the only way to do that, because people aren't going to pay for concert tickets. They never do. They never have. At the end of prior to the previous economic collapse, people were throwing fucking stages down in the middle of the road, and you know, 5 people would be singing to like 2 people in the audience. Instead, of going down the same old, we're actually putting together the music consortium. We've spoken to multiple music labels. We want a representative from each one being on that board, and we want them to develop more meaning behind music and in the arts. What does that mean? I mean, music billboards, right? Ratings. People should be able to, you know, throw their opinion as to which song they're listening to, so they have something to compete for. I want concerts where you have these multiple labels, um, like competing with each other to a degree, right? So there's a level of competition and reason to go watch that, listen to that music beyond just the tracks themselves. I want artists to actually get paid for their time. There's no reason why that concerts can't be subsidized by the state, right? If the state can't provide arts and entertainment to folks, what the fuck is the state doing, right? Are they just here to consume taxpayer money and not give it back? And that's kind of what that consortium is for. It's think of it as like a think tank to develop music to the next level, to bring more meaning to it beyond just can I make a track?
And what about beyond? So I guess.
Oh my God, that's Nino Chavez! I love you.
Oh, you got a fan base going right behind us here. So
A lot of good people that want to see change in the city. You know what I mean? They're not looking to live a life of a meme, which is unfortunately the direction that some are trying to drive it.
yeah, and we don't want to go back to that. We definitely need some good push forward.
Agree.
I guess going back with the entertainment still, there's a question I have on if you have any ideas for this. I know there's a lot of like for me, for example, I'm a small indie. I have my own, I'm with Wit TV, my own TV network. I like doing TV shows, movies, different types of thing. I make my own movies and stuff. And I was wondering in the entertainment industry, if you as mayor have any plans to put a funding aside for the entertainment so they can get a grant, because a lot of things with making movies takes a large budget. And like you said, people don't like paying. If entertainers can come and get a small, if they have a well-written proposal to get a grant in the entertainment to make a movie, to pass it out for the city, for the entertainment value, is there any ideas for setting a budget aside for that?
1,000. I mean, that's where the music and arts consortium comes from. Like it's going to expand beyond music, film, you know, theater, things like that. Because I don't think it's healthy for the city to strictly be putting money in the hands of people in people's pockets for those that are just going around moving fucking local tow trucks or making $10,000 an hour fishing. That creativity and ideas should be paramount. It's what makes the city tick.
Yeah, I agree because the entertainment is huge, but a lot of people shy away from it because I guess there's no money. But I'm here. I don't really care for the money. This is my passion and my love interest. So I'll do it no matter what. But I notice it's hard to get a lot of people focused and interested because I guess nothing really pays out. So I was wondering if there's the grant would actually pull a lot of
Yes.
people in.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's where subsidizing and grants come from. I think that it's got to get focused on that.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, right? Things have to be looked at holistically, and that doesn't mean that like performers should necessarily be millionaires, but we also have to recognize the fact that people don't have and will not be willing to just throw money out there, and it is up to the state to draw in attractions. I mean, look at like
I'm not paying for this. I'm not even hungry.
look at all those like European countries, right? A lot of them, right? There's a reason why they build tourism. You want people to visit Europe, right? And maybe go there to stay. It inherently makes sense for the state to be
charge money to a state ID.
creating culture.
Okay.
Otherwise, you end up like fucking North Korea.
Yeah, and we don't want that. We want our freedom and differences around.
Or Cuba, for the lack of a better word.
Okay. And our
What's up,
last
Nino?
Hey, how you doing, Dan?
our last part of the interview is open floor for anything else we didn't address that's in your candidate running policy that you would like to give your kind of like your long-term plan that you have or anything you'd like to achieve, anything we didn't cover already that you would like to address.
Yeah, I
So you could just give it.
had a conversation with one of my opponents who stated that he doesn't know how to solve anything, but instead
Why?
he's gonna
How are you such a
be
broke ass?
getting Andy Jones, Ash Ketchup, and a bunch of others to do the work for him.
I'm not.
And my question is, are you really gonna vote for someone that's gonna make someone else do the work for him? And do you think they're actually gonna do it on his behalf? The answer is no. Fuck no.
Oh, my face.
This is
Get
a
off the
mayoral
phone.
campaign.
Order the food.
This is a mayoral campaign. This is about your future.
Wow.
And if you want to, flush your future down the toilet by all fucking
Why
means,
does
but
he
don't
look
be
like-
surprised when
He's paying for all of us right now.
shit doesn't go the way that you expect it will.
Thank you. And this has been our interview with our mayor-elect running candidate, Nino.
Everyone hold them up. Everyone hold them up.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that.
I got you some.
Okay, you can cut the camera.
Marco
Thank
is
you.
fucking
And if